The most dangerous manipulators don't demand your time. They make you volunteer it. They don't use force, and they certainly don't offer a fair trade. Instead, they use a psychological exploit that targets your own sense of identity. By the time you realize you're working for free, you'll actually be the one apologizing to them. Today, we're stripping back the mask on the identity trap, a subtle linguistic maneuver used by value vampires to turn your skills into their personal resources. If you've ever felt exhausted by a friend who always needs a favor, or a boss who praises your dedication right before handing you a weekend project, you are already inside the loop. By the end of this, you'll see the invisible threads they're pulling, and more importantly, how to cut them without feeling like the bad guy. Imagine this: a casual acquaintance calls you. They don't ask for a favor, not yet. Instead, they start with a compliment. "You know, I was telling someone the other day that you're literally the most reliable person I know. You just have this way of handling things that nobody else can." You feel a small surge of dopamine. You've been seen, you've been validated. Then comes the hook. "That's why I thought of you for this. I'm in a total bind with this project, and honestly, I wouldn't trust anyone else's eyes on it." Suddenly, saying no isn't just refusing a task, it's a direct attack on the identity they just handed you. If you don't help, are you still that reliable person? If you say no, are you proving them wrong? You agree to do it. You spend 4 hours of your Sunday on their work. They get the results. You get a "thanks, you're a lifesaver" emoji. This is the alter casting technique. It's a psychological phenomenon where someone casts you into a specific role so that you feel socially compelled to act according to that role. They aren't asking for labor, they are managing your reputation. Think of it as a velvet cage. The manipulator isn't the jailer, your own ego is. They know that human beings have a desperate, hardwired need for consistency. If we believe we are generous, capable, or a team player, we will go to extreme lengths to avoid acting in a way that contradicts that image. But here is the twist most people miss. The higher your competence, the more vulnerable you are to this spell. Manipulators don't target the lazy, they target the high performers, because high performers have the most pride invested in their can-do identity. They are using your excellence as a weapon against your schedule. So, how do you break the spell? You have to become identity fluid. First, label the play. When someone leads with a heavy identity-based compliment, like "you're the only one who can handle this," mentally flag it. Recognize it as a sales pitch, not a peer-to-peer conversation. Second, separate the person from the praise. Try this line: "I appreciate you thinking I'm the best for this, and while I value that reputation, my current schedule doesn't allow for new projects." Notice what you did there? You accepted the compliment but rejected the cast. You've proven you can be reliable and firm at the same time. Third, the cost inquiry. When a value vampire asks for a quick favor, ask for the specific deadline and the expected time investment. Manipulators hate specifics. They thrive in the gray area of just a quick look. Forcing them into the light of logistics usually makes them retreat to an easier target. Finally, the mirror defense. If they persist by saying, "But I thought you were a team player," mirror it back. "I am a team player, and part of being a professional is knowing when I can't give a task the quality it deserves." You have to realize that your helpfulness is a currency, and like any currency, if you give it away to everyone who asks, you cause hyperinflation. Your yes becomes worthless because it's so easy to obtain. The most successful people aren't the ones who are always there for everyone. They're the ones who are there for the right things. You aren't a bad person for protecting your labor. You are simply a person who knows the value of your own life. Stop being the person who is always reliable for people who are never there for you. True influence isn't about how much you can do for others. It's about how much you respect yourself while doing it. Character is built by the no's you have the courage to say, not the yeses you say out of guilt.
Would you like me to script a deep dive into the reciprocity trap next to show how they make you feel indebted for things you never asked for?